What's going on? Welcome to a Sunday special stream on the Terrafirmagreg server here for ZetaCraft. And today we are going to try to speed run into the high voltage age. I want to be able to get a bunch of high voltage circuits so we can get closer to our trip to space. And lots to do here, so we're going to kind of jump right into it. It's probably going to be a little bit more of a chill, laid back stream of trying to figure things out, so we may be spending a lot of time like just reading our book of trying to figure out all the parts for the high voltage and just trying to figure out what we need to do to be able to get into it. But it should be interesting. Before we get too started though, let's head over to the actual space center that we made on the last stream and show off now that it is complete, so we can do that briefly before we really get going into it. And then what we're going to probably focus on first is trying to get all of the things to make large quantities of polyethylene and stainless steel, which I think are the things that I need next to get into the high voltage, and then try and work my way up to the high voltage circuits. So that is what I think our plan for today is. And you can kind of see in the background how big our space center is. It may be oversized. That's okay. Sometimes it's nice to just go bigger than not, so that's what we've done here. But this is the Zeta Space Center, which is actually a replica of the pyramid I made in the first Minecraft with Ricky series, so it's kind of nice to see this make it full circle. Here, we'll sleep real quick to get a better view of this. Sleepy bag, excellent. And you can kind of see, nope, gotta turn the jetpack on, just how large our space center is. And this is going to be where we're going to try and put all of our high voltage technology items basically in there. So I need to get all the medium voltage kind of finished at my base, and then we'll figure out our power supply and actually start working on the high voltage here in the pyramid. The inside still very empty, but that's plenty of room for all of the different things we need to do to be able to go to space. I put a little chest here of some signs and some basic parts, and basically said we need to come up with a great to-do board to go to space. And step one needs to be make the to-do board. And that's about as far as I got for that. And then on the back side of the space center, I actually made a little launch pad. So this is where we're going to actually try to set up our rockets to take off into space. I think this is big enough for the launch pads, hopefully. If not, I can always make it bigger. And we have a little viewing platform at the top of the pyramid up here, so we can actually kind of, for those of us that, I believe the original or the first spacecraft only holds one person, if I'm not mistaken. So the rest of us could be up here in the little viewing platform and watching the rocket take off while we're up here. So ideally, it should still be rendered from this far away that we can just watch it take off, and that should be pretty cool. Over there is Guru's base. So everyone say hi, Guru, and his little village town that I've now added a massive pyramid into his skyline, but hopefully he doesn't mind that. And also the top half of this pyramid, especially as we get into the winter months, definitely cold enough that it starts to snow. So that is an interesting little thing that I did not anticipate, but that's okay. So yeah, that's the Zeta Space Center. I kind of want to put like a ZSC, like big letters on the top, or maybe into one of the faces. I haven't really decided how I want to do that yet. Oop. But let's go ahead and we'll take our war balloon back, since I accidentally left it over here anyways from the last time I was over here. I was wondering why I couldn't find it earlier. We'll just take this home and we will start diving right into our technology. What could go wrong? Probably a lot of things, but hopefully we have materials at least. I've done a lot of mining in the last week or so, oh, hit the mic, sorry. in theory, I should have the materials in some level of process, but whether or not they're ready to be made into the things we need could. One of the other things I have been doing on the server is any rotten food of any type, especially a lot of the rotten food I've made, I have brought over to my low voltage building, because I have a little, is it a brewery called? Yeah, basic brewery, which I'm using to turn all of that into biomass. And I've actually got almost 6 million buckets of, 6 million millibuckets, about 6,000 buckets of the biomass to work with. So I'm going to take that with me, because I feel like I'm going to need that to make some ethanol here soon. And then we will go over to our MV build over here and start figuring out exactly what it is we need to do today. I am certain there's a lot. Let's dive in. So go ahead and open up our book here. So one of the things we need to make first is ethanol. Make biomass as the MV distillery to make ethanol. You will need this for ethylene by reacting it with sulfuric acid in an MV chemical reactor, unless you choose to go down the oil path. Actually, I think we were doing the oil path, but should be fine. I still think we need the ethanol regardless. So to make the MV distillery, I think I have that. This guy here. And nope, hit the wrong button there. So let's just check this here. If I put the ethanol in a distillery, or the biomass in the distillery with recipe 1, we will get ethanol and the carbon dust. So let's go ahead and start thinking through that real quick. All this machinery, actually the first thing I need to do is make a better wrench. Really, that's the thing I really need to do here. Why don't we make a nice red steel wrench real quick, because I feel like we're gonna need that regardless for anything we want to do here. Yeah, I need an LV power unit, and that I'm gonna need all those little parts and pieces. We're gonna be doing a lot of back and forth today. I apologize in advance. Like I said, it's gonna be a pretty chill stream of us trying to figure out all the things that we need. So let's start with LV battery. Motor. Also will need steel. We'll need 2 steel gears, a steel screw, which I have, the plates. We'll take the screwdriver. That should work. Those, do that with this guy. Starting to get the parts we need here. Okay, and then if I take this guy quick, I know there's a better way to do this, but oh no, need a saw. Crap, am I out of saws? Have a bismuth saw. That will work for now, I suppose. I was missing something. Hello? Why is it not coming? That's weird. It's stuck. Well, we could probably go ahead and make an LV saw while we're into this as well. Red steel buzzsaw. Yeah, we'll take those. And to make that, I just need to do a red steel double plate. Can I do that? Those at least. Oh, it's gonna be one of those days, isn't it? Where nothing wants to work quite right. It's fine. Enter 2. Couple of those. Alright, got that. And then I need to in the lathe. Okay. Well enough. Remember the lathe. That guy in. We should get the saw blade. We're upgrading our tools today a little bit. Tired of constantly breaking tools. That's a very slow process. Okay. Saw. Red steel saw. Another LV power unit. Oh my god. Have I really gone into a circle here? Put rods and a cutter. Should work. Do I have the cutter set up? Probably not. That would have been helpful. You're gonna want water, I assume. Oh. Borrow that for a second. Boom. These guys real quick. Water will just before them regardless. Right. There's some bolts. Throw these guys in too. Nothing. Okay. So this guy back up so he can work over here. That'll work. Nope. Bolts. Those. One. I need more gears, I think. Of course. Just a disaster start to this where I don't have anything that I need. We're gonna be doing this a lot today, so I apologize in advance. Why not? Why not? Okay. Or LV. So I also need battery. The plates. LV battery. Those. And it's raining. Of course it is. Okay. Oh. We'll make that guy. Excellent. And then wrench. We want to make that guy. Do that. I need Rooter, it looks like. I probably don't have that wrench tip Rooter thing. Nah. I gotta use this artisan table thing, which I haven't built since the update. So I guess, don't have any of that stuff. We can. I know Maya has them. Let's go make a bunch of these, and we'll have them going forward. I think. Check one more thing real quick up top. Go ahead and put a bunch of stuff in one of these guys. Yeah, but none of these are the ones I need. Okay. Well. Wrench. Wait. I'm gonna need. I'm gonna make a bunch of these plates. So I don't need to make more. That might have been too many. Whatever. Let's go borrow Maya's very important artisan table, because I did not make one yet, and I don't want to try and get the wax treated wood right now. That's going to be slowing me down from what I actually want to get accomplished today. I actually think it's faster to just go borrow his than to try and get the wax treated wood, which I'd have to go to spawn anyways to get the stuff for it. Oh no. Man, this weather, I tell ya. Let's see if we can figure out where Maya put the artisan table. Pretty sure it's over in his factory building. Which I saw that Maya was streaming last night and getting a lot of prep work done for our space travels as well. And if I'm not mistaken, Maya has actually made, that might be a spoiler. When he logged off last night, he had made one spacesuit. It looks like he has a bunch of spacesuits made up now. Oh, wow. This Maya guy, he is helping us be prepared, I tell you. Okay, artisan table. I need that guy. Put that in there. That in there. Oh, no, it's French in that. Interesting. All right, got that one. What other molds do we need while we're here? Let's just make all of them, ones that we really need. Yep, I would like that guy. So he is there. One, that guy. I don't that yet. I probably will need another. Well, I guess we could do the drill stuff. Screwdriver. That's one I know I'm gonna want. Across, down, across. So, and then straight down. Screwdriver one. Want the large pipe. I would like one of those. I want each of the pipes for sure. There's the large pipe. I know I have the normal pipe already. Here would actually be a pretty good idea to have that, I think. Ooh, here, excellent. What else do I need? A small gear? Yeah, why not? That feels relevant to have. Wire cutters. Yeah, I probably will want that. That one's kind of convoluted. Let's see if I can remember to do this guy. Ooh, wires. Boom, boom. Crap. Wires. Plates, that sounds relevant. Yep. Rods, bolts, springs, those all sound important. Rods, bolt, here. Nope, mess that up. Nope, mess that up. Bolt. Hey Ice, welcome to the stream. We are making a bunch of things. We're just gonna prepping ourselves for trying to get to space here. What else do I need? Small gear, got the ooh, foil. Yeah, probably will want a foil. I know there's recipes that use that. That was not it. That was one too low. That's what I was doing wrong. I don't need a tiny pipe, I don't think. Anything else that I need here? Probably should make the ring. I assume I'll need that for something. So Boom, boom, boom. Oh no. There's the ring. Did I make the rotor? Probably should make the rotor. I figure I'm going to need that for some equipment eventually. And let's make a classic pickaxe real quick. Just because I'm sure I'll want that eventually. And a block. Why not? Never know when we might need to store things as blocks. Alright, I think that is everything that I need right now. We'll take our tools back and head back to our place. Thank you, Maya. Greatly appreciate it. Yeah, Maya uses a duck for his little store here. He's got very very well organized. I should probably do a better job at organizing my storage system, but here we are. Adds this tradition. We're starting the stream off today by upgrading our tools so that we can upgrade all of our equipment and try and get into HV. That is the plan right now. And away we go. Uh-oh. Ah, yeah, this fence literally is in the way. Why would you do that, Maya? Do I have a sign on me? Just sign real quick. I'm sure he has one down in his super organized storage system of doom. Fine. My God, this place. What? Why are you the way you are, Maya? So many questions. Is this absurdity? Hi, righty. Great morning. How are you doing today? Finishing up 0.12. Well, that's exciting. You guys waste no time on your updates, that's for sure. Crap. Stick around, I can take. That'll work. Get fancy. Oh, no kidding. Apparently it's gonna have like the complete world gen update. That'll be wild. Probably be a headache for updating, but you know, it'll be fine. I do not have a crafting table around here. Are you kidding me? Been working on the new world gen for over a month. Be glad to have it done. Absolutely, no kidding. There's okay. Fine. Go. This is a very poorly placed fence. Danger. Fence ahead. Yep, cannot ride the chains now. That's so funny. You put a fence to make the chains unrideable. Whoa. So funny. Good times. All right, where were we? Upgrade our tools, and then we're gonna try to get into HV. How hard could that be? Flight enabled. Flight disabled. Ouch. Bum, 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 bum. That right now. Let's see here. So I needed the screwdriver. What was that I was making? The wrench? I think it was the wrench. Red steel wrench. Make this guy LV extruder with 2 red steel ingots. Done with MV? Oh no, we are just kind of speed running here. We have done very little, and that's okay. We want to go to space. Space excites us, so that's where we're at right now. At the beginning of the stream, I showed off our space center that we made, but I will show it off again before the end of stream. So let's put these guys in there. Wrench tip. Turns out the basic extruder is not completely useless. It's just mostly useless. I should make the advanced one here today. We're gonna try and make a bunch of MV stuff today. Is kind of the plan. Boom. Cool. There. All right, and I need that, and that. And now we've got our wrench. Put this guy away. That guy away. Don't need that right now. And then I'm going to take all of our extruder heads and put them in a crate over in the MV building, because this could be more useful over there anyways. And I can probably tear down our concrete machine that I had set up. It was very much a temporary machine of I need a bunch of orange concrete, so this is all just been mass producing orange concrete. We have that now, so I should be good there. I leave them at, I think drums, lots of drums. Okay. Well, we might be making a quick trip over to the Space Center anyways, because I think I left my extra crates over there. So we will fly over there with the greatest of ease. Ba-dum-ba-dum. We'll just watch it come into view as we head in this direction. Man, that building's cool. Gotta snowproof it a little bit. Snow kind of takes away from it a little bit, but overall, really like the build. Here real quick. Plenty of room in here for our very important high voltage technology going to space. There's some crate. We'll leave the rest there. Huge pyramid, right? Here's our space center. So we've got the space center built, and then on the back side of it is where we're going to put the launch pad. I'll fly around real quick. So there's our launch pad, and then we actually have a viewing platform up here, since I believe the spacecraft can only hold one person to start, and we can all stand up here and watch our first astronaut go up and probably get lost in space. So really, I love this pyramid. It'll be really cool to actually put it into use, but that's kind of why we're speed running a little bit, is we want to start moving a bunch of equipment into the pyramid here soon, but I have fallen behind in the technology for Maya, so I need to get caught up today. That's what we're going to try and do. But you have two-seater rockets now. Well, that's exciting. There's still more than two of us, so we'll still have the viewing platform in use, but that's very good to know. Got that. Get down real quick. I also need to get some water or something to drink. Someone had commented on the last live stream that I should wall share my pyrolysis ovens. So I did that and was able to fit even more. Not sure that I needed even more, but that's what we've done. This one probably needs maintenance. Idling. Oh, am I not making enough wood? That's probably accurate. I think I'm not making enough wood anymore. Yeah, I might have overkilled it with the greenhouses and the pyrolysis ovens, but here we are. We'll have to run maintenance. Oh, you're out of power. Why are you out of power? It's fine. There's plenty of coal. That's a second tower. Oh, yeah, so I made some pyrolysis ovens. These ones over here are all making the wood tar to be turned into benzene. So I'm making a bunch of wood tar and benzene. The top 4 and then this tower is all making creosote to fill up the 6 liquefaction towers to fill up my advanced chemical reactors to keep producing everything. Is something... Why not? Oh no, I'm running out of wood. I think it's because I wasn't in the area and so it unloaded them. We'll give it a bit to catch up. It's fine. I've got a bunch of fuel stored up now. If we head down here, all the pipes are full, and then I've actually been filling up. Looks like these guys are all filled up too, so we've got a decent amount of reformant gas now built up here. So I've been busy on the power standpoint of making lots of fuel. So yeah, that's what we've been working on. I keep hitting the wrong button. Water. Drink real quick. Sammy. Okay. Step 1. That crate. We're gonna put all of our molds in there for now. Because why not? And the extra crate. Don't need this right. Really don't need the saw right now. I was just trying to caught up. Wire cutters I probably will need. I know you said you had a habit of overbuilding, but sheesh. I wasn't kidding. I knew it was a problem. I just didn't realize how much of a problem I had with that. It's fine. We just don't have to worry about it for like the rest of ever. Yeah, it's a lot of greenhouses in here, to say the least. Let's see. turn back to on kind of thing. Oh, he's just running out of power for some. Why? You're out of fuel. But why are you out of fuel? The whole line is out of fuel. Probably because it's not connected. Oh my goodness, what a difference it makes when it's actually connected up. Why are you out? You also out of fuel? Well, you've got power. Maintenance is fine. Why are you not working? Hover mode real quick. Don't understand why you're not working. It's a little buggy. It's fine. It's fine. We're making more. Getting caught up. Cool. Got plenty of fuel. That's what matters. Okay. User error? Probably. More than likely, yes. Look at the text at the top. It'll say what it's missing. Fluid, energy items, etc. Missing fluid, but it has fluid. Like, am I being dumb? I feel like that looks like fluid. Is it one of those things where the back is like backed up so it doesn't have room to output? No. Let's see. Make sure that this is facing the right way. Maintenance is fine. It's the same recipe as all the others. Recipe 1. Something on this one is just bugged and I don't understand why. All the blocks are in there, otherwise it would say structure was not formed. And there's water on the one above it and below it. Oh, tried and true. Replace it. Now it works. That was weird. Don't know what that was about. Whatever. It's working. That being said, I don't have enough wood for these guys right now, so that's gonna slow down my production of fuel. I could probably start making some of the more of these, making creosote instead of wood tar, because I've got more benzene than I know what to do with, which is a statement that I never thought I would say. It appears the raw aromatic mix is the one that I'm constantly running out of. And that's with 6 liquefaction towers and everything else that goes with that. I'm guessing I'm out of creosote. Yep, 4,000 per to run. It's fine. All right, back to what we were going to work on. Okay, ethanol. Make the ethanol. I need distillery. And we're going to put the biomass into distillery. So let's take our advanced distillery. I need to charge this guy. That thing I'm supposed to be doing. Seems to be working, so we'll go with that. Oh, I probably should move this guy away from the wall 1 block, I think, just so I have room to do stuff. Let's see. Boom. Here. We'll have you emptied down into there. I believe it was 1. Forget 1, yep. And from there, we will get our ethanol and a carbon something. Not sure what I need to do with that carbon dust yet. This used for resistor. We'll need that for the resistor. Or some other fun things. Yeah. Oh, that's a much better way to make the resistor. Yeah, we'll do that. I'll have to make more glue soon. Extracting resin leaf for pitch. Rosin logs. That's kind of cool. I could set up an advanced extractor here. Yeah. Since you're envy, you can centrifuge logs directly now. Wow. What is that log? It's not the Aspen one, is it? Oh no, it is. Well, centrifuge. We can centrifuge it into methane gas, softwood pulp, sticky resin, all that fun stuff. That actually feels kind of useful. Get the methane gas out of it as well. Do that. What I think I'm gonna do, need aspen saplings. We are going off the rails here quickly, but that's okay. I think what I'll do is set up like the back corner greenhouse back, or one of these stacks, and have a separate tree line that goes straight into that room. So if I sent a line through here, I will. Let me, this, my supports are upstairs somewhere. I don't want to support this so it doesn't all cave in on me, because we're learning. I think like right there. Bet you we pop up into that room. Unsupported, won't trigger collapse. Won't trigger collapse. We're watching carefully. Oh my god. What are the odds that I would line that up that well? Complete guesswork. Wow. Cool. I'm so happy right now. that that actually worked as well as it did. Cross. We'll beautify that here soon. Let's that taken care of. I have here's where I have the item pipes. There they are. Because I don't want to do the big stack, I'll probably do this first stack. That Hey Tegan, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? There for now. There. Beautiful. And now we're making, well, after this batch we'll be making the aspen, which is a conifer one that we can send out. Across and over. And then obviously we will clean up our entire hallway here after the fact. So this is just for now. Disabled. Oh, actually. That works almost too good. Let's set it up right there. Beautiful. Boom. Okay, and if we send that into advanced centric. Let's see if I have one of those yet. I have everything to make it. I don't think I made one yet. Let me check one more place real quick. Because in here I made some equipment. Nope. And nope. Okay. He says good as usual. Excellent. We are working our way through a bunch of technologies today. It's gonna be a kind of chill stream today of us just trying to figure stuff out. So I apologize if I jump around a lot. Part of it is because I don't have a set plan yet, and I'm kind of just trying to figure out what I want to do with different things. Okay, so that is where we are right now. Actually, I want guy to come up and over from the top. That way I can have power come in the back of him. So this some quality of life things. We have done some quality of life things where I did start the stream by making some better tools, which I've needed to do for a while now. So that is an improvement for us. And then since last stream, I also made a bunch of spray paint so I can spray all my lines different colors to keep things a little bit better organized. So this works. Before I move on, we'll wait the 25 seconds here, do a quick beverage break. What voltage level is the server on now? Maya is into the high voltage age. I am in medium voltage, trying to run my way into high voltage, and we're collectively going to start working on our way going to space here within the next week or so is the plan. I believe Ice and Cable are still at the low voltage age, but they might be in the medium voltage. I'm not 100% sure. Failed to set up recipe. Insufficient outputs. Uh-oh. I know what's wrong. I need... Okay. Yep, I'm gonna need it. Temporary chest. Or crate. Store. It makes a bunch at once. Yep. Made it to HV before you disappeared. Okay. Well, there you go. Let's set this guy up. This. Go get the output. And then I don't want hickory because that's not going to help for this. We want the actual... I believe stainless steel is the HV. This should be making aspen, aspen, aspen. Excellent. Now, do need a filter to set off these saplings because I don't think the saplings will work for what I want to do. But that's a Ricky problem. Probably a future Ricky problem. That stuff that I don't need right now. Already says there's no passive chromium, it's just something you have to mine. Ruby usually. Fair enough. Yep, we're not afraid of mining. I know Cable with his current job has just been unavailable to really play a lot, but hopefully that can change here soon. Nope, that is not where I want this guy because I want the power supply there. I'll put this guy here. We get some more aspen saplings. That guy, and then we'll take the item filter. Boom. Filter. So, in theory, the saplings should go there, and then the logs will go. Well, I gotta probably add a filter for just the logs actually to make that work. Otherwise, it'll do like the every other thing. Crap. Grab some aspen logs to make sure that the centrifuge is gonna work the way I want it to work. I want to take the wood, that's more expensive. We'll take the logs. First things first, a filter, boom, beautiful. We'll set this guy there. And I think I add guys. That. Oh, in theory, yes. Okay, that works. Good, good. Power now. Let's take MV battery, and we will also take another gas turbine generator. For right now, we'll put one of these in. Happens. There. Actually, I think what I want is put gas turbine here, that guy like that, and we'll put one of these here. Connect that way. For those now. Okay. And from that, as an extractor to get glue, use extractor to get glue. So I need an extractor. Extractor. Boom. Make one of these guys. And it's nice to actually have a bunch of the components pre-made so I can just go through and make this stuff real quick. I want to just go get a bunch of filters because I think I'm going to need these a lot today. Just a gut feeling. And so from here, those guys, I use the plant bulb. Biochaff, what is it? Make loam dirt. You can make dirt. Cool. Good to know that. In a mixer, I can make chipboard composite. Blue. That ball smells good. We're gonna need a second extractor probably. Second one of those. Totally fine. Let's see. I do like that. I do like this, and I set up this guy like that. I don't think that's what I wanted to do. Is there a way to pull that filter back out without breaking this? Or is that filter just there now? Oh, there we go. I want it on. What I want to do is actually set guy heat. We'll set this up like that. This filter in that. Hold on. That. allows the output. Why are we not outputting those things? Oh. Two. Am I missing something here obvious? Did I just this way? Drop everything down. And add that guy. What am I doing wrong here? That's what apparently. Okay, and from there we should be able to make a bunch of glue. Thanks. Excellent. Okay. And then I also will have another extractor. Here. And he's gonna take, no, it was the softwood pulp, wasn't it? Why? Why can't it just work the first time? For me to hit the filtered part. That's why. We'll take boom. Allow this to come down. Boom. Why won't this work? There we go. That was painful. I genuinely struggle with those filter directions for some reason. I don't know why they're such a struggle for me, but here we are. Why are we now? Okay, got that going. And then for our methane, there's our methane gas. Cool. All right, we've got glue and methane. Then we were going to also work on our biomass to make the methanol or ethanol over here, but I think I actually want to move this guy. Cool. One. Gas distillery. Let's add a couple more of these guys. And I also got to add some lines to actually start filling that guy back up. Let's go grab our pipes to the reforming gas. I need to make more of these here soon. Good. Lots of fuel now. Oh. That took like no time to fill up. That's pretty cool. Put you. Drop that down. One. Yeah. And then in the chemical reactor, add ethanol, something, with sulfuric acid. Make the ethylene and diluted sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid we get from a couple options. That sounds difficult. We are probably not doing this the most efficient way, but we're gonna get there. Doing a little bit of reading here real quick. Oh, no. Biodiesel. Water and sulfur trioxide. Oxygen and hydrogen sulfide. I want that. Sulfuric acid. Plot on Venus. Not worried about that right now. So I need to process oil sands, essentially. What we need. We are back to that fun task. So we're gonna have this guy just fill up with that for right now. And we'll start processing all of our biomass into ethanol because we're gonna need it anyways. And then the carbon dust we will collect for later. Honestly, I think I'm gonna just have this stuff go right there for right now. All right, collecting the carbon dust. Making some creosote, not very much. Fine. Right, plant balls. Don't really want. Right now, we are going to make a filter. That. Those there. And yeah, we will see how that goes. Collecting some stuff. All right, we have a convoluted little machine here to start making some things. Steel cracking. I need distillery and oil. Oil sands I can get from oil centrifuge. Centrifuge. I apologize if the stream is a little all over the map right now, but this is kind of where we are. Let me go see, do I have the oil sand? Let's see what we have in our raw material bucket here. A lot of oil sand dust. Like a lot. All right, well, we're not hurting for raw material at least. So that goes into a centrifuge. So we're going to start with, boom, our very important input point. And you are going, did I make the wrong centrifuge? I absolutely did. Well, that's embarrassing right now. But we now have an advanced thermal centrifuge. So that's cool. Boom. And then to power this guy, we'll do our tried and true method. We'll take one of those guys, another gas turbine generator, a hole in the floor, turbine generator, one of them, boom, boom, and then we'll put in some of these. While that is working, we will go connect this guy up. Boom. Guy down. Oh, we have enough, thank goodness. Boom. We won't run out of power for this guy now. And for now, I'm gonna put you there. Got that going in. Oil goes into a distillery. Do I have another distillery? I think I do. Yes, distillery. Excellent. Boom. Got oil. Making sure the sand still goes down. Okay. So in the advanced distillery, I need to make something. And that something is alpha sulfuric acid. Sulfuric naphtha, I think. That can then be chemically reacted in hydrogen gas, naphtha and hydrogen sulfide. That what I need. Sorry, I'm deep into the think tank here. That can make hydrogen sulfide. It's with the oxygen makes the sulfuric acid I want that one. That's recipe 2. We'll add a little bit of power. Mango. How do I get hydrogen easily? What is a good source of hydrogen? Methane and oxygen. Formaldehyde and hydrogen. I am making methane now. Oxygen I can infinitely make from centrifuge and earth air, I think it is. Or not a centrifuge. What is it that makes that? Air. Earth air. And a gas collector going into it. So I need a gas collector. A couple other items I don't have on me, and it's snowing. Awesome. I can already tell this machine is going to be like super inefficient all over the map, but I am okay with that. I kind of like the chaos look. Those, and filter. Fluid filters as well. Goodness knows we're gonna need them. Got those. Let's see here. I should probably bring in just the crafting table inside instead of writing out every time I need it. Not like I'm not going to need this. That's a good spot for it. Let's add that to our gas collector. Is that going to give me my earth air? It does. That needs to go into a centrifuge. I need another centrifuge. Those. No point not to just have the right above it, because it's just going to go straight down anyways. One. All right, we're making our earth air into the centrifuge, making oxygen and nitrogen gas. Cool. Or tanks. But I know I have more of them. I made so many when I made that machine in here. Guys all have stuff in them. always steal from the top if I have to, but I don't want to. There they are. Like I knew I had more super tank. Come on. Boom and boom. And then I want for oxygen here. This guy will be nitrogen. This work like that. This with hydrogen. Which I could get by mixing oxygen with methane in a chemical reactor. Chemical reactor. Got those. We'll have you right here. Boom. Back that. And then, good sir, methane is a temp of 293. I think I can use a lesser pipe for that. Or like bronze ones for something I have. Pipe. We'll use guys for now. That should work for that. Bring that guy over for right now. I'll do that. Check that there. Boom. Boom. So add and one of the that. All right, in the chemical reactor with oxygen circuit 1, I'll get hydrogen and what am I doing? The methane with water, that'd be 8 buckets as opposed to just the 2 buckets. Then I get carbon dioxide as well, which I think is I have. Have I made this far more complicated than I needed to? I think I did. I'm gonna drop some items off real quick for inventory purposes. Going to do this, that we're going to that back. What am I thinking? We're going to do this far more strategic. This is what happens when I'm left unsupervised and make poor decisions. I apologize in advance for that. But like I said, it's gonna be a weird stream. Those. Okay, so if I use this in a chemical reactor with water, a lot of hydrogen. And water we could get a lot of thanks to an aqueous accumulator. Here. Nothing goes right into there. From a water standpoint, I can set up an aqueous accumulator down below. I can make more power this way. Have it be less likely to shock me if it's that. Pretty important to me to not get constantly shocked. That's an unfortunate location right there. What was it called? Aqueous. Yep. Do I have another one of those, or do I need to make more? Not really sure. Let's check real quick. Aqueous accumulator. Already have one. And bucket, water. That'll work. Could do something like that. Have that be down in the floor. That. Guys. More wood. Actually have the two pieces I need. Unbelievable. I love it when a plan comes together. That. And the aqueous accumulator, just like that. Boom. Set that to 1. Oh no, we need more power in that thing. Oh, I think I could fill this guy up because he is clearly... Am I not making power anymore? Well, I probably need more than one. More than one generator at this point. Okay, fine. I should have seen that coming, to be honest. A bad job on me by not paying attention to that. Quick so I don't instantly die. That back there. And I will honestly probably do this as well. That, and that. Back there. Okay. Oh, crap. Why don't we just do rid of all this extra over here. That, boom. Just like that. Guy up. I made this a distillery, need to be the reactor. Oh. We're just placing the wrong items everywhere, apparently. That there. After. And we'll put guy back. Okay. This in the chemical reactor with water. Circuit 1. Voltage tier too low. That's HV. That's why we didn't do it, because it's so much better. Oh my god. I really need to learn to read. That's so frustrating. All right, well, this was all a big waste of time. What were we doing before? We were doing... Get rid of that, that. That's fine. That guy away. Feel utterly foolish. Essentially. And head back to what we were doing in the first place. So we'll get rid of this. Oxygen over. We got hydrogen and formaldehyde. Well, it says I don't have to be this close anymore. Let's clean this up a little bit. Made a disaster here already. Steel pipes. Oh. No. I don't like. Oh goodness. Oh, we've got power back there now. Well, that's nice. That. I think I want to just make all those. So I'm definitely making more logs than I can process right now. Let's that. Or if you this. I connect guys like that. Connected. More of these item pipes going. That way. Great. Grab one more item. Um, I need another extractor, I think. Then change that up. All right, so extractor that. Go. Filter. Not making enough power. Um, and we can get rid of the glue guy. Put him right in between you guys, and then connect our power like that. And we have power. That also has power. Excellent. Everything should now be powered. Making a bunch of glue. Then we can reconnect that guy. All the softwood pulp goes there. All of our plant balls should be going up top. And then we will connect all of our methane together. Boom. Oh, that is not what I meant to hit. You know what? Boom. Move it that way. Oxygen, methane. In the middle here is where we're going to put our chemical reactor. Boom. Connected. Not enough power. Fine. Also connect way. That does have enough power. Cool. Boom. Connect guys together. And then we will also connect this guy together. Boom. Connected. That. That. And if we make one, in theory, we have hydrogen. Which if I add to this, get the hydrogen sulfide and the light oil residue. That plus oxygen gives me the sulfuric acid. Man, this is a convoluted way to get about to the same thing that we needed. Oh. But we were making progress. We were getting dangerously close to having our ethylene. So that is nothing, yes. That. Go. Hydrogen. Ooh. Not that. Formaldehyde. I don't know what to do with formaldehyde right now. For now, boom, you're going in there. Figure out what to do with you later. Okay. I need you to go into a chemical reactor. Another chemical reactor. I need to make some more chemical reactors, apparently. Awesome. Rotors. Need more rotors. Got those. Cool. I figure we need to do these. Put this chemical reactor here. Okay. This hydrogen. Back right here. In. Out. Power. Of course we need power. And I'm about out of power. Awesome. Always something. Getting very low on power. Uh-oh. Oh, thank goodness. I've lost some more boards. After just 2 buckets of hydrogen gas. I see here. Sulfuric light residue plus hydrogen gas. Oh, I need 12 buckets of that. And I've got nowhere for the oil to go. Okay. Well. Crap. Well, that makes sense. So let's send our oil out here. The fluid filter. Oil. All right, well, making stuff again. That going. All right, there we go. Light oil residue with steam makes severely steam cracked, which if I use that in a distillery gives me my ethylene, which is what I'm after. That plus Oxygen gives me sulfuric acid, which when mixed with something I need the more. I should really write this all down. I can figure out what it is I am even doing. Ethanol plus sulfuric acid also makes the ethylene. That is 2 ways to make ethylene, so we'll get double our ethylene output from both these streams now. So I'm calling this a success. I have a machine that can now make the ethylene. I just got to add output of that to steam, but that's super easy to do. Yeah, so we are there. And I am going to say that this has been a very successful stream. Lots of work still to do here. I appreciate you guys sticking around, even though it's been a kind of chill stream of me just trying to figure out what on earth I am doing here. But I think this is all going to work out, and we'll be able to actually make our way into space here quite quickly. And once we have the ethylene, we can then actually make our polyethylene and really make our HV machine hulls. So we are actually that close. And I think this week on Terra Firma Tuesday, we're going to focus on making the HV machine hulls and really getting into some of the HV circuit items that we need to be able to actually start making our way into space. So we are getting really close, and that's very exciting. I appreciate you guys sticking around. I'm going to go ahead and probably call it a stream here and get some lunch now. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your Sunday afternoon, and we will see you guys on the next Terra Firma Tuesday. Have a good one, everybody.